stress, and now you're on to the new.
I love it.
So, congratulations. That is
Thank you very much. I'm very excited about it. I've been able to do a little bit here and there, but quite frankly, hadn't been able to give the time to it that I needed to or want to. So now I'm looking at it very positively. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, you'll win. One of the things, and it's really appropriate, and I started the recording because this is good stuff.
Okay.
Even though the webinar is still, it's actually time for webinar. So we'll get right into it here in a second. But I was telling a gal this morning, I said, we made a mistake in the positive mental attitude, self-help world over the last 20 years, teaching that goals were optional. Like when we decided to do something, it's okay, just set the goal. If you miss it, start over, it's fine. I go, who taught that? Like, you gotta be kidding. It's a way of saying I failed before I start.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you, when I fail at a goal, I'm not gonna beat myself up at it 1 second after I've failed, if I failed. However, prior to that, it's not optional. Like if you decide to go full time and you say, hey, this is what I'm doing, then that decision is done.
Yep.
And like Tom said, you jump in 100% and you just do the work and it happens. That's the magic of it, man. And
there you go.
I'm so excited. So congratulations.
Thank you again. I appreciate that. I'm excited as well. Believe me, I really am.
Very, very cool, man. That's huge. And I'm with you. That's what I do.
Okay.
I'm in the same boat as you. So guys, welcome to Thursday night's webinar. This is a webinar we decided to start just a little while ago, and it's gaining some traction. It looks like we got, I want to say this right, is it Jatana?
Jatana, are you there?
Yeah, I think we had Jatana and David Keith join. So,
yes, I'm here.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, Jatana.
Well, it's really exciting to have you guys on. We do this every Thursday night. It's a free webinar, 30 minutes, nothing to put pressure on you. There's no real sales pitch in this. It's really just a business development mastery tip. And we're working on a series here right now that is called the 5 Circles of Influence. And we're gonna step into that. And Tom, I'm glad, I know you weren't going to be able to make it on the call. I'm glad you made it because I got a lot of refer stuff in here that you're going to help me along as we go. But let's just check in the chat here real quick. Love this. Thank you. Andrew's here. Oh, man, it's good to have you on, Andrew. So really excited. Andrew's over in Dallas. But let's just jump into this. How many of you have heard the saying, it's not personal, just business?
Oh, yeah.
I want to ask you to wipe it from your memory banks because it's all personal. Business does not exchange without a human on the other side of it. And that one factor alone, like let's say you do online sales and you do them through eBay. One of the big mistakes I've seen retailers make that retail on eBay or Amazon is they think, well, there's this robot on the other side and it clicked buy and now I'm the provider and I click sell and now we're done. What a waste. There's a human on the other end of that buy button, right? And it's always personal to them and it's always personal to you. So just keep in mind as we step into tonight's lesson and what we're doing here, that the idea of mastering business development through the art of learning how to architect your thriving tribe, which is very different than network, it is a personal business. In fact, there's not even really a big difference, if any, between your personal life and your business life. In my personal life, I've met many wonderful people that I do business with. In my business life, I've met many wonderful people that I do personal life with, right? They interact and interchange fluidly. And so let's try to start looking at mastering business development as a lifestyle, right? It's not a thing you do, it's a thing that you are. It's who we are. It's a lifestyle that's on 24/7, and every moment counts, even downtime counts. Okay? So last week we talked about making contact in the marketplace. In the 5 circles of influence, which really kind of defines what Thriving Tribe, the physical infrastructure of Thriving Tribe. So we look at the process being, these 5 circles. And what you do at the center of this is you ping the marketplace. You're sending sonar out. And when you send sonar out, what happens? It returns and it gives you a reading. So last week, what we covered is I ping the marketplace. Now we do that by making contact. You do it through someone gets referred to you. Well, that was a ping. You're now in contact with that new person. Let's say someone, I reach out on Shaper or Bumble Biz, or I reach out on LinkedIn. And in our BizU, just so you know, we're creating training on every one of these platforms that's very specific. Or refer.com or Facebook, whatever the case may be, or I meet someone at a networking event. The moment I make contact, that's in the outer circle. I'm pinging the marketplace. Now, how they react is going to determine what happens next. Sometimes what I do creates a reaction in them, and I've got to, if I'm not operating from an authentic, genuine, healthy place at the center of my universe, my world, okay? If I'm not operating with good interaction, when I ping the marketplace, I might get a reaction that comes back that's not favorable, and I could end up blowing a great opportunity because I wasn't in the right frame of mind. So this process always begins with you. It begins with me. So I make contact in the marketplace. And now today's lesson, part 2 of this complete series, is on database and systematic nurturing, okay? Now, when do I bring someone into my database, okay? So I ping the marketplace. What I want to do is I want to discover who's awake. So if I ping, let's say through Shaper, I send a message out and I like what comes back. In fact, kind of some indicators that might throw me off a bit, and I still give them a chance, is I see what I call a sales predator. So the sales predator gets on the messaging and says, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. Now I have literally had this happen 50 times this week, okay? I said, besides buying your stuff, would you like anything else from making contact with me? Conversation over, and they disappear. I'm not exaggerating or kidding one bit. Literally, there are people in the marketplace that feel like, hey, my whole goal is to sell a thing. Now, you know what they don't understand? If they just earn my trust, I have a friend that like controls half the planet. That's Tom Gay, right? I mean, Tom's got 5 million plus members in refer.com. If you built a relationship with me, do you think there's a chance you might meet his network? Right? What about all my other friends that have global networks of people? Why would you blow that opportunity because I'm not a candidate to buy your product? So anyway, if a person doesn't show me that they have 3 things that they're interested in, then they're not going to a 20-minute call with me. Why? Because I only have so many 20 minutes in a day, right? Right. And when you look at these circles, guys, you have to realize that, like, if you take Tom Gay, for example, with his database and his network, it's massive. His tribe is massive. His inner circle is also large, but it's proportionate to his outer circle. There's no way Tom can have relationship with everybody in his contact circle. Right? And neither can you. As your tribe grows, there's no way you can do that. So the point here is that what I want to find is I want to find 3 things when I ping the marketplace. I want to know that they want to win, so and enrich their life. Okay? I want them to know that I want to win and enrich my life. And I want us both to be aware of the collective winning, the tribe. It's got to be a win, win, win. And if I don't sense that in the discovery call, then I'm done with that contact. Or if I don't sense that in the contact phase, I do not take it to a discovery call, because you only have so many 20-minute segments in a day. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I want to stop right there real quick and just see if there are any questions just on what I've said so far. Any questions or comments?
No, it's you're right on, Brad. I can't emphasize more. You're right on, and so keep working.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
And
Go ahead.
thorough as always, brother.
What was that, Tyrell?
I said you're impeccable and thorough as always. Keep rocking.
Thanks. Thank you, man. Well, I appreciate that, guys. So now let's go back up here. What I want to do now is I want to do a discovery call. If you've passed the contact, I've pinged the marketplace, the sonar came back, you're awake, you're alive, and you've got those three objectives in mind. You want to win, you want me to win, and we both want the tribe to win, okay? Now let's get on a phone call and figure out what that looks like. So now I'm going to do a 20-minute discovery call, and I'm going to fish out through interaction if you meant what you said in the messaging. You want to win, you want me to win, and you want the tribe to win. Now, I'm not planting this in people, okay? I'm not asking people to think this way. I'm discovering who thinks this way. Now, we make the 20-minute discovery call, and we have a nice conversation, and we agree philosophically and ideally that you have certain wants, desires, and needs. I have certain wants, desires, and needs. And the tribe, the collective, has wants, desires, and needs. Let's take a look at what that looks like for a minute. Why does the tribe matter? The tribe, whether it's the tribe of planet Earth or the city you live in or your network of people, has an ecosystem to it. It has social and economic conditions. If the conditions become unfavorable, it becomes unfavorable for each individual. Make sense?
Right.
If we destroy the earth, we can't live on it anymore. If we destroy our network, we can't function in it anymore. Right?
Right.
So we got to have this awareness about us to protect and preserve and create that thriving economic and social condition inside of our own tribe, however big or small that is. Now, if this call goes well, I want to add them to a database. Okay, I want to add them to my database, my CRM. I call it CRM, but I have a couple tools here that are part of our family that make that feasible and in a way that they understand that they're in a nurturing system. They can be found, they can be referred, they can be connected, and I can add value to them. If they pass the 20-minute test, then they're going to go into my action and activity of nurturing them. And there's no one better in the world that I've ever met at that than Tom. Tom has built his entire life, his global company, his philosophy around the idea of systematic nurturing genuinely and authentically to create the highest and best outcome with that contact and move them to connection. Now, keep in mind, we're not at connection yet. Connection is another word for trust. If I give enough value, Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, if I give enough value in the contact, then I'm going to earn trust with that contact, and that trust becomes connection. So I want to let Tom add some insight to that.
Yeah, no, I'll only add emphasis that if you provide enough value in the contact as a giver to help the other person be a winner, the vast majority of people you're doing that with are going to develop a trust in you and then the desire to give back is going to start to elevate. I can give you a perfect example. I started working with a consultant. I'll leave the names out. About a month ago, we had our third call yesterday, Wednesday. Third call Wednesday. He's in a company with about 120 others like him. And after the third touch, as I call it, he's now inviting those 120 to join him in Orange County for me to make a presentation to. And they have to do certain things to be allowed to come. That he's filled my pipeline with that kind of that category of prospect by my simply pouring into that contact that which makes it a relationship.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a brilliant example. Thanks for that, Tom. That's guys, this is very, very real, and there is a process. And Tom, I don't know, if we took 100 people, Tom, and we actually could get honesty out of all 100 and said, all right, let's pull out all the stops. Let's take a look at everybody's calendar, their CRM, their contact database, and let's see who on a consistent basis is systematically nurturing their contacts that are in their database. What do you think the percentage of that would be?
Oh, I'd say it's under 5%.
I agree. I was thinking between 2 and 5%.
Yeah. Well, which then says if you're one of that 2 to 5% who's doing it, you're 100% in tune what it takes to become successful.
Exactly. It's not that difficult, right? I mean, it's pretty simple. Just do what everyone else isn't willing to do. You know, David Keith, who's on the call, who's one of my best buds in the world, created a meme of me. I think he created it, or maybe I did. He creates a lot of them, but it says, all you need to do to be successful in today's world is stay out of the digital slumber that everyone else is in, right? I mean, you know, it's not so much what we don't know that's keeping us from success. It's what we already know, and we already know the pattern of failure. And we've got to get over that, and that will help us to grow. So Andrew is in Dallas, Texas, and I think Andrew's got a question.
You know, Brett, can you hear me?
Yep, you got it, brother.
Yeah, so I did have a question, but we've kind of already answered it. And
Okay.
kind of steered away. It was in regards to how you approach somebody on the front end and not coming across as a sales predator yourself, wanting them as a client or wanting them as a VDP or wanting them to understand what it means to develop tribe and trying to change them, but rather just identifying where they already are and having the compassion to move past it if they're not ready.
I want to speak to that a little bit, and I'm really glad you asked it, honestly. Let's remove the want from it. We already know it's there. Like Andrew, you already know, and I already know, and Tom already knows, Michael, we all know what we want already. The highest and best path to that, but guys, this is the truth. The world has become so overly sensitive and protective of predatory sales, like people pushing their items on them, that Tom is the one that developed and coined this concept, but the castle. Buyers have retreated to a castle. It's protected by a moat, by alligators, by archers, a drawbridge, and a fortress wall. Okay? The second someone smells on you, man, I'm pretty decent at it, and I still get people that perceive I want to sell them something and they disappear. Okay? Because they're that sensitive. So, to Andrew's point, let's remove that from the process of nurturing, okay? Let's start first, we got to build connection, right? If we don't build connection, they don't even want to hear what you have, really what you have going on, right? But once they trust that you have their best interest in mind, then they're going to open the conversation to be able to discuss opportunity, okay?
Right.
So just from the early stages, now once you build connection and relationship is starting to form, they're all for the conversation because they realize they're now in tribe with you. And they know that it's important that your needs are met and their needs are met. Just because there's signs of it in the beginning doesn't mean there's tolerance for it in the beginning. That's huge if you just got that. Just because there's the sign of it in the beginning, it doesn't mean there's tolerance of it in the beginning.
Can you use a pronoun, a noun instead of a pronoun in that sentence when you say it?
Signs of the 3 wins, okay? They want to win, you win. They're okay with the 3 wins, right? Just because someone verbally expresses that or acts like that, I've seen as more times than not, just because they front that way doesn't mean their essence is that way. And any time you bring a real conversation in too quick, they're going to retreat to the castle. It's a new world, guys, and this stuff is so critically important. Okay? Now, yeah, Andrew, did you have something else?
No, that makes so much sense, Brett. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I threw myself on mute. I've got a few noises. I've been muting myself out occasionally. But the way that you just phrased that makes so much sense. For me to not be deceived by them acting like they want the 3 wins, but rather not getting emotionally involved in that and just letting the process take its toll.
Yes.
But its natural course, and having other people that I'm helping as well, and staying true to my own north is the fundamental principle and the common denominator of all that. So like 100%.
The majority of the world is stuck in the old paradigm. Get on the call, identify who's your target, sort them out quickly, ask buying questions, fish them out, and then go in for the kill. The new world of building tribe is very, very different. Amazon went $10 billion into the hole to gather tribe. Did they give first? Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I want to say I've been a student of sales for longer than most people on this phone have been on the earth. And there's one common thing that is always the starting place, no matter what sales process you're thinking of. And I want to clarify, we're not in the sales process yet. We're in the connecting process. Yep. However, the one thing that's at the very first step of every single effective sales approach is bonding and rapport.
Yeah.
Building that connection on a level that is going to lead to trust. So, Brett has some materials we'll publish in a few days in BDU, Business Development Pro University, just for everyone. And it is all about how do you get that first stage of effectiveness. And there's 6 steps to this whole process. But that first one, find your comfort zone in how you process the bonding and rapport step, and you're going to find every other conversation grows from there if it is a win-win-win relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. That's well said. Yeah, we're in like blind date phase, right? We're not ready to have children together yet. We're just in discovery, right? And we got to allow. Now, here's the thing. If you know why people want to jump to a sale oftentimes, because they don't have enough nurturing and contact going on. If your list is short, you got to make that list of 20 people turn into 5 commissions. But man, when you got 100 a day going on, or 80 a day, or 50 a day, or even 40 a day, and you have 200 opportunities in a week time, and all of a sudden your pipe is filling up of people moving from contact to database to connection, all of a sudden your essence starts to ease off and go, you know what? I actually don't need to create this sale. I can let this sale create itself properly. But when your list is short, you'll be more tempted to go in and create something too early, okay? So we're doing really good, but we got 5 minutes left and I want to cover 2 more points. This process is an ecosystem. I want each of you to physically view your network right now. Look at it in your mind's eye and physically view it. Where is it all housed? Where are they all organized? Because as you're going to learn when we develop deeper, we haven't even touched the surface yet. When we really get into the deep parts of this mastery program, you're going to learn what aligned effort and energy means. Okay? You cannot align effort and energy if your tribe is not housed in a physical location. Where do you house them? Okay, let me see. I got a question here in the chat. I love you, Andrew. Your excitement and enthusiasm keeps me up at night, my friend. All of you guys, Michael, I mean, you guys are just amazing. And so, so where do you physically house this? 6 years ago, I began working on what would I want my tribe to look like. And it boiled down to this. I want collaboration, I want awareness, and I want responsibility. Sound good? I mean, collaboration, awareness, responsibility. Awareness of what? The win-win-win. You win, I win, the tribe wins. And we started developing the Wevo social marketplace, and through 100 million failures and things that we needed to learn and figure out, we got that going. Now, why do you need this? Well, once someone's in your tribe, where do you put them, and what will you do with them? Okay, so let's say they make it through the discovery call and they get added to my database. The first thing I want them to do is go over here and create a free, paid, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't want people in paid subscriptions that they should be in free because they won't use the value of the paid. And I don't want people in free that need paid. Does that make sense? Let's do what's accurate. I am 100% happy for a person to come into my tribe, into the database, which, by the way, this is for all of you, okay? Because you need a physical marketplace to be able to exchange with the people that are in tribe with you. Right now, if you went to look for everyone in your network, where would you find them? So, Wevo pays affiliate commissions. We'll do that another day, but here's one of the first things I want someone to do that is making it into my database. If I'm going to support you, you need to create a profile here. Because when I want to find a product or a service, what I want to do is I want to go in and I want to look up my buddies, David and Lisa, and I want to buy from them on their profile. I want to come here and that's where I want to buy jewelry from. Okay? I want to buy bullion from David. Maybe even cigars someday. Now he's doing cigars. So he's got several different companies. But I need a physical place to go find my people. I need a marketplace to house my tribe. So do you. Because if you were to ask, you know, a year from now, Brett, where is your tribe? It's right here. Okay? So one of the first things I want to do to add someone to my database is get them to come over here. Now, if you're really, really in the game, the first thing you want to do is come over here and create an affiliate account, because Wevo is going to pay you 35% on the first tier and 15% on the second, a total of 50% when someone comes in and joins at a paying membership. Okay, now the majority of people are going to fit right here at free, but I need a place that if you're in my tribe that I can go easily find you, or tell someone to go find you that I met. Hey, I'm looking for a great business coach. Great, go to wevoglobal.com and search business coaches and find Michael, find Andrew, find Tyrell, whatever the case may be, right? Okay, so that's the first place they're going into my database. The second place, and guys, this is, I'm just so proud of Tom and refer.com, I can't even tell you. Let me tell you what my future looks like. If you don't have a referral card, I won't refer you because you're making my work harder. This card right here does everything I want to do. What's the first thing I just said I want people to do? I want them to click right here and go create a Wevo profile. Right? What's the second thing I want them to do? I want them to create their referral card because, well, that took me right into my feed because I'm logged in, but they wouldn't see that. I want them to go create a referral card because that's how I'm going to connect them to other people. That's how I'm going to refer them. And when I refer them, I want the most important things that they want to achieve on their referral card. Are you guys following me on this? If not, do you know what I have to do? If I want to introduce Michael to Tom, I've got to go in and go into email and type out this long message of who you are and what you do and connect you. And now you're chewing into my inventory of time. And if it becomes difficult for me, I'm probably less likely to do it. Agreed?
Yes.
But right here, if I want to refer, let's say this is Michael's card, and I want to refer it, I can just go right in and refer it. What maybe they want to book an appointment with you.
Mm-hmm.
Right here, a calendar link. Okay? Now, in my situation, and Tom, I have a couple quick questions, and I wanted to do this before the webinar, but I wanted to ask, because of the structure of the 5 circles, if I add contacts, like I have right here, these 5,
Sure.
Okay, for an example, that doesn't necessarily make them my trusted team, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, wonderful. So I'm in the system. I can actually nurture these people in a regular manner. And Tom, would you just take over for the next couple of minutes and just talk about, guys, and what I want to just preface this with is we've done the discovery call. Now I want them in my database. And typically what a person does is go, well, I'm going to put them into Constant Contact or Active Campaign or Infusionsoft. You can, but then what? We have all the power right here to nurture the outer circle, the connection circle. You can even create groups. And I'm going to talk to Tom about this offline, but can create groups, and then I can put people in my trusted team, my inner circle, right?
Yeah, it's very easy, Brett. Clearly, this is your account, and I don't want to click around and mess you up. But in 2 or 3 clicks, if you click on the trusted team menu item, in 2 or 3 clicks, anybody who I want to see add to my team, there you go, click on that one. There are people in my community who are already in the system that I can actually identify and click on any image there and see their credentials, see their referral card. And the net effect is I can get to know them before I reach out to them. And I can decide, right underneath Stephen's name is the add to team. So if you added him to your team, Stephen's going to get an invitation to join your team. And
I love it.
There's a lot more to this than what time permits today. But if you go back to who's in your team, and then you create a group where you were earlier in the Engage tool, it sets them right in front of you for the proper amount of attention for the nature of that person. So, yeah, there's a lot more here. And at some point in time, I'll record a training in this so that it really fits the BDP model. But it's ideal. It's perfectly cut out for building that inner circle and taking the outer circle down to the inner circle quickly and effectively.
Absolutely. So Tom, thank you so much for that, and great job on that. And guys, we're out of time on the webinar, but here's my point in this. The circle inward from contact, okay? And just thank you for bearing with us for just a few more minutes. This stuff is rich and very valuable to you when you grasp it. We've made contact, and now we're adding them to the database. Where do you add them? Number 1, you need them in your conscious, collaborative, and responsible social marketplace. That's Wevo if you choose it to be. If not, you got to choose something else, okay? I want to be able to find you there. When I'm searching for products and services, I want to get off Google, and I want to go there, and I want to find what I need, okay? I want to nurture you systematically and refer you and connect you and bless you. I want you to have the blessing of my effort and energy. But if you make it hard for me, you're going to chew up too much of my inventory, and I'm not going to do it, right? So the very next thing for your sake that I want you to do is create your referral card. There's nothing else like it, okay? create a free card. I don't care whether you create paying subscriptions or free. I just want to manage my tribe effectively. And I want you to be able to manage your tribe effectively. Now, as we do this and people are coming into these systems, then I want to refer Michael to Tyrell in Salt Lake. All I got to do is go in there and put you two together, right?
Right.
If Tyrell says, man, hey, I'm looking for a good, coach and it fits your description, he can go right into Wevo and search and find you, right?
Right.
So now on top of that, I'll tell you, what if you have quite a few different business? List them all. You can list, Andrew asked, what if you have quite a few different businesses, jobs? In Wevo with the $29 subscription, you can actually create sub-accounts. So you can have as many as you want. And it's 29 bucks a month. So that's really easy. And then on refer.com, Tom, you can list your specialties or your keywords, things like that, right?
Absolutely. It's totally customizable. But the other thing is it's also your brand. And, it's amazing how many people don't think about branding themselves.
Right. Look at this, guys, okay? Just look at my referral card. This, Tom, again, my hat's off to you. Andrew, to answer your question, here's one of my companies, Wevo, right? Here's another one of my companies, the BizDev Pro. Here's my calendar. Here's my, this is for you to go click on and create your referral card. I made it easy for you, right? So if I had 6 companies, they'd all be right here. But guess who's branded? It's me, right? I'm a human in the marketplace. And guys, I'm telling you, and I'll end with this, the day is coming that everything we're marveling at and building digitally is going to revert back, not backwards. It's going to anchor back to the personal relationship that you have with an individual, with them personally, not their company brand. When all companies are out there and they all have 2 billion people in their database, what will then be the differentiator? It's going to be you and your authentic essence. And that's what we build in the BizDev Pro. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yay for humans. I love it. Guys, we went over on time. My apologies. I think it was well worth it. This was rocking. Tom, thank you for your contribution. Any last thoughts before we sign off?
No, great job, Brett. Guys, longest journey begins with a single step. So get started. Go.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, guys, you're amazing. Thank you so much for being on tonight. This recording will be available on the BDP or BizDev Pro Facebook page. It does go into the Facebook Mastermind that's for BDPs only that are enrolled. And it's definitely going into BizU, which you can access if you're a BizDev Pro as well. So thanks for being on. We look forward to seeing you guys next week with more amazing stuff on this series.
All right.
Way to go, Brett.
Awesome. Great job, guys.
Have a good night.
That was really, really good.
Thank you, David. Love you guys. Appreciate you.
See you guys soon.
All right. We'll see you soon.